Satnam, my friends. I'm Brett Larkin. Today we are doing a Kriya for releasing stagnant negativity or depression in the body. This is what the Kundalini tradition is so phenomenal at. To begin, let's tune in with the Adi mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo. We'll chant this 3 times, so rub the palms. This opening mantra meaning I bow to, I honor the divine creative consciousness within me, within all things. Take the elbows close to the body with the prayer a little further away from the chest if you want to invite in a sense of devotion, reverence, surrender. If you're looking to generate a little more energy, press the palms firmly and take the elbows wide for your tune-in. Exhale all the air out of the body and inhale to begin. You can listen or join. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deeply. Hold, suspend the breath, lift the pelvic floor, lift the gaze, press the palms, squeeze the spine, dip the chin. As you need to exhale, palms face up, index finger and thumb touch. Notice where you've landed. Drawing your awareness inward. We'll transition to celibate pose. So a couple ways you can set this up. In traditional Kundalini books, we often see it just seated between the heels. This can be ouchy, a lot of folks' knees, even for me. So I'm going to suggest a cushion between the seat, and if you don't, or between the heels for the seat, and if you don't have a cushion, you can sit on the heels. Not exactly the same, but I'd rather you be there than potentially torquing the knee. Find your celibate pose and take a moment to set this up since we're going to be here for a little while. Close the eyes, palms face down at the top of the thighs. As you inhale, take the hands and slide them down to your knees. And as you exhale and breathe out, let the palms drag and touch your leggings or whatever you're wearing, your legs, and bring the palms back towards your hips. Inhale, the palms stroke your thigh down towards your knee. As you exhale, the heel of your hand comes back towards the hips, and do this as slowly and mindfully as possible, like ultra slow motion. So we're slowing down the breath, and you're soothing yourself with your own touch. So much depression often stems from an inability to be in the present moment. And often just a gentle touch, touching our own bodies, can help us draw our awareness into the moment of now. So allow this to be soothing, linking your breath and your movement. allowing this to feel nourishing, nurturing. And after this next one, allow this to evolve into an ultra slow spinal flex. So inhale, you can release stroking the thighs. You're just gonna rock forward, open the chest. Exhale, round back. So the stroking is no longer our emphasis, but as you can see, I'm kind of still doing it. So inhale, open, ultra slow spinal flex, lead with the chin. Exhale, rounding back on the sits bones. Deep C curve in the low back. And if you're used to doing this movement quickly, I challenge you here to move as slowly as possible. Slowing down the breath. Preparing for our Kriya. If you want, flip the palms and take the palms face up and the backs of the hands kind of stroke the thighs now. Or you can play with one finger stroking the thigh. Our goal here is to self-soothe. Moving as slowly as possible. Beautiful, come to center. And moving into our Kriya. This Kriya is designed to balance prana and apana in the body. Prana being that upward moving current of energy, apana, the downward force. And often when we're experiencing negativity or depression, it's like there's something out of balance with those two vayus. The first move, arms are out by the side, palms face up. On the inhale, as slowly as possible, so on a 6 count, you're going to come to kneel. So counting to 6, hold the breath at the top for as long as is comfortable for you. And then when you need to, exhale, taking a full 6 counts if you can, hello thighs, to come down as slowly as possible. So join me now. We'll do this around 8 times. Close your eyes, go deeply inward. Slow 6 counts to rise to your knees. Hold the breath at the top for as long as you can. Exhale, slow 6 counts to lower. Inhale to rise. Holding the breath if you can. If you can't, that's totally fine. Just begin your descent. Allow the slowness of this movement to soothe you, nourish you. If there's any adjustments you want to make, maybe not suspending the breath or coming up at a slightly different cadence. Just 3 more. Finish up your last one, keep the arms extended. We'll all meet in a seat and we'll close out this movement with a clap above the head. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Nice. Come to lie down on your back. Time to kick out the negativity now. So I like to slide my hands underneath my sacrum. If you have a super strong core, you might not need to do that. You can just have the hands alongside the body or even over the head. Another good way to work with depression, aside from self-soothing, is to try to actually cultivate some energy. So we're going to do that here with some piston kicks. Flex the feet And we'll alternate kicking the legs out. So it'll look like this. So get a little angry here if you want. Think of kicking or pushing what you don't want away from you. Join me now if you haven't already. Strong, forceful breath, drawing your navel down towards the mat. So you don't want any arch in the low back here. This is why I like the hands under the sacrum. And you're kicking. We want to stir up some energy, move some energy. The lower you take your heels to the ground, the more intense this is going to become in terms of a core workout. So make sure to pull belly button towards the floor. So you control how high or low you want the legs, how much core engagement. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug. Lengthen the low back onto the floor. Tailbone lengthens towards the bottom of the mat. And take the legs long. Next move is leg lifts. So once again, hand underneath the sacrum. It's my personal choice. You can also do this one leg at a time. So feet flex towards the ceiling. This is the inhale position. Exhale, you lower. Similarly, the farther down you take the heels, the more core work this is. So you can calibrate. We're not here for very long. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. If this is just too much, which some days it might be, you can take one leg at a time. Right? So you can do one leg alternating. So find where you want to be. Wherever you are, connect your breath. Single or double leg lifts, you decide. Last 20 seconds. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Inhale both legs up. Hold, suspend the breath. Pull the pelvic floor up and in. And exhale. Come into constructive rest position. Feet wide as the mat, knees touch. One hand to heart, one hand to belly. And just notice the energy you've generated. It doesn't take a lot. Bathe in it. Perhaps sensing the beating of your heart underneath your palm. Perhaps sensing the aliveness around the navel, the energy moving. Our next posture is a 30-second stretch pose, which is not long. Those of you who know traditional stretch pose, you can come into it with breath of fire, just go for it. I often like to take the hands underneath the seat. For those of you that stretch pose is a challenge, I'm going to invite this adaptation for you. You're going to come up to a seat, hold behind the thighs, lift the chest, and work your stretch pose here with the breath of fire. So we're here for 30 seconds. Ready? Let's go. Traditional stretch pose, or you can be with me here in this adaptation. If holding the thighs is too easy, you can always reach the hands forward. 15 more seconds. Inhale, hold wherever you are. Stay in the posture, stay in the posture. Squeeze everything. Pull your navel back, pull your navel back, pull your navel back. And exhale, release. Come into Savasana, or the constructive rest position. I have these fun bath bombs at my house where you put the balm in the bath and it explodes, and it always makes me think of stretch pose. It's like an energy bomb for your body. Sense the aliveness within you, the heat from the navel. And slowly roll to lie down on your belly for my absolute favorite Cobra Pose. Setting yourself up here. You can always take a blanket underneath the hips if you have sensitive, bony hip points. We're coming into Cobra with the hands interlaced behind us. First, click your toenails into the mat. Notice how my kneecaps are on the mat, and now I'm going to lift them off the mat. So this is my legs disengaged, and this is my legs engaged. So make sure your legs are engaged. Think of the inner thighs spinning up. And the goal here is to really activate and feel into the low back, strengthen these low back muscles. So we'll inhale, come up, hold as long as we can, do a big cannon breath out to descend. If this is not working for you to have the fingers interlaced, typical Cobra hands, totally fine. Just make sure you're not pressing into the mat, that you're using your low back strength to come up. Exhale fully. Legs engaged, pull the navel in. Inhale, come on up. Long, slow, deep breathing here. Stay as long as you can in this position. Dip the chin. And then when you're feeling like you want to take a break, inhale. Cannon breath out the mouth. And slowly lower the forehead to the ground. And repeat. Inhale, come up, engage the legs. Hold the breath if you can, or you can do long, slow, deep breathing. But you're activating, sending all the energy into your low back muscles that are holding you here. When you're done or you need a break, big cannon breath out the O-shaped mouth. So take a huge inhale. Exhale. And lower the forehead. Repeating. So you're working with yourself here, your boundaries, your limitations. What feels feasible for you? Ideally feeling those low back muscles warm and turn on. No strain in the neck, dip the chin. Legs stay engaged. Last one. This time at the top, hold and squeeze. So take a big breath in and just hold and squeeze everything. Everyone, all of us at the top, and then exhale. Beautiful. Take the forehead to the palms. Bend the knees, windshield wiper the legs. If child's pose is calling your name, we can do a little detour there. Ooh, take the knees as wide as the mat. Or knees together, whatever feels juicy on your low back, and wag the hips a little side to side. Coming back to your belly, but really only to roll over. So we're gonna lie down. Final move of this Kriya. This is an interesting heart pull. So you're in Savasana, arms straight up, fingertips towards the ceiling. We'll do breath of fire here for 1 minute. And then after that 1 minute of breath of fire, I want you to tense your whole body. So you're gonna be taut, like a rope being pulled like crazy. And then from that taut place, you're gonna slowly make fists and pull all the energy down into your heart. Okay, so it's like you're resisting yourself. So we'll do it 2 times. Let's start with our 1 minute of breath of fire. Let's go. Of course, if you're on your cycle, pregnant, you can always take long, deep breathing instead. Otherwise, you're really making the belly dance, snapping the navel back towards the spine. Rapid exhalation through the nose. Keep the brow soft, face soft. Committing to your percussive rhythm. Last little bit here, let's go. Last 10 seconds, and then we'll become super fierce, taut, staying in this position. Last 3, 2, 1. Huge inhale now, tense the whole body. Hold the breath in, tense everything. Biceps, fingers squeeze towards one another, squeeze the thighs, squeeze the belly, squeeze, 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 squeeze. And now curl the fingers, start pulling all this energy slowly towards your heart. Like you have so much pressure against you, but you're overcoming it. Pull it towards the heart, pull it towards the heart. Keep the breath held in. Once the fists reach the heart, keep the breath held in as long as you can. When you need to, cannon breath, huge, out the mouth. And relax. Round 2, breath of fire, 1 minute, and then tautness and pulling it towards the heart. This is the end of the Kriya, so really have integrity with your breath of fire here. Give it your all. Get the belly dancing. Activate the core. Now that you're familiar with the move, when we get there, we'll be taut very quickly and right away pull that to the heart so that you can do a big exhalation once the fists are at the heart. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tighten everything. Huge breath in. Tight, 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 tight. Hold the breath, hold the breath. Curl the fingers, pull down. Keep the breath held if you can. Pull it towards you, pull it towards you, pull. And when you need to, cannon breath, release. Savasana. stay here in this Savasana for as long as you possibly can. Allow your body to rest, allow your body to integrate. And as you lie and relax, receive this Satnam from me. Just let it wash over you to close our practice together. Sat-nam. Namaste. I've linked up some similar classes and relevant blog posts on this topic, along with some free gifts in the description box down below to help you take your practice deeper. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.